Why are you not happy? You probably are annoyed with the people around you or even yourself. You even know that you are the one holding you back and making you unhappy. I was just like you. I honestly thought that I had no right or no reason to be happy. But no more, please. No, we can't do that anymore. You will figure out why and what makes you unhappy. But whenever you have found that, it's time to make a change. So hi beautiful souls, welcome to my channel. So, first things first. Who the hell are you? Why are you always putting other people's needs first? Tell me. People pleasers are one of the most anxious and depressed people in the world. We know that for a fact. You might have lost sight of who you really are. What do you need? What do you want? A lot of people don't know how to answer that question anymore because of all the fears of losing other people, of wanting to please their boss or their spouses. It doesn't have to be like that anymore. Those people can deal with the frustration of your no. You don't have to deal with that anymore. Of course, I'm not saying it won't be hard, but being honest with yourself and with the people around you is one big step that you need to take in order to be truly happy and free. It doesn't mean you have to be unkind to people. I'm not saying to be rude. It means being honest about your true values, about what you want to do in life, whatever that might be. Listen closely to yourself whenever you don't want to go to a party or don't have time to perform another task for your boss. Because that is a recipe for disaster. You might hurt a lot of people by your nose, but what would you rather have? Hurting other people or hurting yourself more and more and more? A lot of people in the beginning of these stages will say, I'd rather hurt myself. I was the same. But now I know that by hurting myself, I'm even hurting the relationships. I'm even hurting my work or my job, my passions. So you are even helping other people by being true to yourself. Don't let honesty to others be the only thing holding you back from this first step. Because being honest with yourself is the most hard thing to do. You will find hidden secrets from your past or things you don't even want to look at. But whenever you do, you will find that those parts of you are what truly makes you you. I always believed I was never fortunate enough to be happy. Luckily, I found myself through years of therapy and through a lot of self-help books, which my therapist recommended. So I know now that you don't have to believe that at first to truly change. The belief will follow. Nowadays, whenever I hear those negative thoughts or the voices creeping up inside of me, I always ask myself, are these true? Is what they are telling me really the case? And I learned that from the book of Martha Beck, The Way of Integrity. You can look it up. And most of the times I realized they are just the echoes of my past, of people who told me, no, this is not good for you, or wanted to protect me from disappointment. So see those voices as something that is important for you to have protected you all of those years, but they are not there to guide you anymore. Don't let them be the guide in your life from now on. You can listen to them, give them space, but whenever you feel they are not aligned with your values, you can put them aside and think, thank you, but now I will do this because this is what makes me happy. And those voices, they are not you. Otherwise, other people would hear them and see them just the way you do. But those are just internal voices of yourself, which you can always listen to, but don't have to act upon. Every day, do the next right thing for you, and you will get happy. Now it's time for a practical step. Every time we feel stressed or anxious or tired, there are two things that help us in the right direction. Because whenever you feel stressed or anxious or tired, people get to become more comfortable with the situation. They don't want it to change, or they don't feel like change is possible, so they stay in bed, don't talk to friends, don't socialize, etc. Which is okay. Allow yourself one day of fuck-ups. Be the sad person you want to be that day. But from then on, it's important to do two things: move and laugh. Movement can be anything, like a walk or a swim in the ocean, or even just dancing with a child or a loved one, or even yourself, to silly songs you loved to listen to when you were little. We did that a lot when we were children. We used to laugh when we were moving. So be more childlike. And the world has made those two things really serious. So like going to the gym is the only way to work out. Don't. Of course the gym is a great place, but it can be a place for a lot of people which is triggering, especially if you have an ED or have body dysmorphia. So moving your body is not about losing weight or changing the way you look. It's about what you feel and how you feel. And laughter, of course, you can laugh watching a comedy show, but if you have loved ones around you, it can also help to find your humor again. Like, what did we laugh about when we were little? And these two things change the chemical structure in our brains. The endorphins will be released, so make use of those. When I was a resident in the urology department, we always make jokes during surgery, because even in our hardest times, we need those endorphins to keep going. Now, the most important part of these 3 steps is stop wanting to change the future by thinking about your past. Yes, we can learn from the past, and yes, it can remind us of the wrongs we did or the failures that we had, but that is it. It does not have to define your future. Let's say you get kicked out of school or even get fired from your job. Of course, it's truly devastating at the moment. But whenever one door closes, a lot of other doors open. A lot of billionaires are dropouts. My best friend, who was born with 3 fingers on each side, she was trained as a medical student, so she was almost ready to start her residency, and she wanted to become a surgeon so bad. That was her only dream, but the surgical committee didn't want to take her as resident. They were afraid of all the consequences, legal consequences, whenever she would make one tiny mistake. Normal surgeons make mistakes who have 5 fingers on each hand, but whenever she would make such a mistake, they were afraid that it might impact their hospital. So that meant she needed to find some other passion. And she did. She's now the most passionate and most happy person I have ever seen in my life. So when one door closes, another, more brighter door opens. Well, how can you move on from such things happening to you? Well, you don't. You move when the world moves around you. That's the only thing you can do. If you can't let it go, let the world let it go for you. Every day is a step towards a new and brighter future. And secondly, you don't have to be perfect from the start to try out new possibilities, new adventures. Whenever you feel that way and your perfectionism comes up, remember that, please know, that would take away from your ability to want to grow and learn. And your ability to want to grow and learn is what drives you to have those passions and really get to the point of really feeling that you have achieved something whenever you have done the things that you need to do, failed and fallen off. So don't see it as a failure, see it as growth. You don't have to look too far ahead. Just take small steps every single day in the right direction for how long it takes. And when you are in a truly shitty situation, a loved one died, something terrible happened, and you feel like your life will never change, remember one thing. You can use the motto, "This too shall pass," because everything passes. So now it's time for you to take action. Let me know what you would like to start with first to try and see what will change in your life. Good luck, beautiful souls.